Hello. Let's see if you can hear me. Hello. Let's see if you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me. Good. So I'm just going to going up in here so I can see your comments, see who joins the class today. Let's see what's there. Hello, Erika. How are you? ¿Cómo estás hoy? Hoy la clase es en inglés, pero mañana si quieres entras en la clase en español, okay? So today's class is in English. This group is all in English, but if you want to, you can join tomorrow's class in Spanish. Hello, everyone. Let's see who's there. Let's give a couple of minutes to see who's joining us. Perfect. Yeah, I can see that you see me, that you hear me. Great. Oh, let me just change this to me so I can say hello. Hi. Hello, everyone. See, I was with banner. I forgot about, about me. How are you today? We have some clarity, a lot of clarity here. It's from the computer. How are you today, guys? How is your week been? How is your time management been? Let's see who joins us today. We have a bunch of new members in the group. Let's hope that everyone has the time to watch the class live. I will wait a couple more minutes to see who joins us. I have been it has been a very busy week. Oh, Debbie's here. Hello, sweetie. How are you? Welcome. And listen, what decorating in my cake studio. They're not decorating. You're decorating the cake studio, or you're decorating cakes at your studio. That's what decorating. I hope it is your cake studio. Oh, I love it. Do you have a new cake studio? Tell us about it. This is so much fun. Hope you're doing well, and you can listen to me. You can do the homework later. You can rewatch it later for the slides. Also, great to see you today. Great to see you. We have a warmer day today, decorating the cake studio. That's so cool, Debbie. That's so cool. I'm happy for you. If you want to, if you can share pictures of your finished studio here in the group so we can celebrate with you all of your accomplishments. Great. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Let's give a couple more minutes to see who joins today. Today we have a good class. Let me just look for my notes. No, this is the notes of the podcast. This is the other one. It's this one. I have many notebooks. As you might know, I think I told you about that in the previous class. I used to have everything in papers and it was very unorganized before. Before I used to apply all my time management expertise and planning expertise and I found the love for planning and for organizing. And now I have everything separated. So I have one notebook for each of the activities or business that I do. So I don't have to be looking for the notes. I can reach them very quickly. Good. Let me just remind you that today the Art K Coach podcast is available for you on Spotify and Apple Podcast. I'm going to leave the links of the podcast here. Let me just look for it, because in the podcast this month I will be talking also about time management, and about like reinforcing the concepts that we've been doing here in the group. So you can go and listen to it and reinforce all the things that we have said here in the class. And also subscribe and enjoy the podcast. I already have I think we're in episode 39. It started last year in May. 39, we're almost 40 episodes, and there's a little bit of everything about the cake world for everyone. So you can see it there. Okay, so 5 minutes have passed. I guess we're gonna start. If you're watching this as a replay, welcome as well. If you're watching this later, please leave in the comments any questions or any doubts that you may have about today's class. And here we go, guys. Let's do this. Let me just move to okay, let me just show here the camera so you can see me and you can, oh, let me just try to move this. Okay, I was able to move this. Oh, okay, there you go. Now I'm able to move this. There you go. Perfect. So, time management, class number 3. I cannot believe we're almost at the end of our time management. 4 weeks have passed. I mean, 3 weeks have passed already. It's crazy. This week has been quite hectic for me. It's my mother's-in-law 80th birthday, and we're having a big party, so I'm doing a big cake for that. And of course, all the coaching, and I am taking a coaching course for myself as well, so I can help you even more with everything that we do here in the RK Coach and in all these courses and classes that I give to you. So let me just see the comments if we have any comments. So today's class, what are we going to expect in today's class? Today's class is about learning to say no. And why is it important for your time management? We're also going to talk about focus, about don't multitasking, and I'm going to explain why, and focus and where to direct your focus. Is it on hours or on tasks done? Because either one is valid. You just have to decide which one you want to do. We're going to talk about procrastination. This is for the procrastinators out there. A lot of you said that you struggle with that. And we're going to talk about motivations and distractions. And of course, your final call to action and homework for this week. So how was your week last week? How was your goal setting? Did you do the call to action? If you're not watching this live, I don't think we have many people live today, but if you're watching this as a reply, please write down in your notes or think about this. Have like an acknowledgement, a moment of how do you feel about what you found with your goals? Did you run them through the SMART approach, a filter to decide which ones were more important? What happened? Did you end up with all of the initial goals, or there were some goals that just say, this is just fantasy, I'm not going to work on this? Or did you decide, okay, this is the one that I have to focus on? Write all of those down, write all of that down in your notebook. And if you're here and you want to leave a comment just telling me how was your goal setting moment, let me know in the comments here in this class. Let's do again, before we start, let's do what we always do. Let's just move to, let me just get this out of the way. Let's just focus on the class today and do our breathing exercises, because we need to be here and we need to be now. Debbie, I know you're decorating your studio, but as you're decorating, just breathe and just be in the moment of decorating your studio. So just lower your shoulders, relax your arms, and be aware that you are here now. And this is the time for you to grab all these techniques of time management and put it into practice. And the most important thing is to be in the now. We get stressed with time because we're always thinking about what we have to do ahead of us or what we have done or have not done, but we are not in the now. And we need to be in the now in order to master our time, okay? So here we go. Today's class, I wanted to start today's class with not just the overview, but this quote that I found that speaks a little bit of what I asked you at the beginning of this course in the first week. This whole course is absolutely free, but the only thing that I ask for you is to commit to play and work with all the tools that I'm giving you and to share so many people can benefit from this. Actually, today I was amazed because I just enter when I entered the group to prepare for the class, I found out that we have like 40 requests for new members, which is great because even though if they're not being here with me live, they can have access to this information. And I'm just happy to serve as much people as I can. So this quote says, deciding to be productive is the result of commitment to the distinctive effort. Yes, it's all about commitment. You cannot manage your time, you cannot be more productive, you cannot have better results if you don't commit in anything in life. I always put the example of diets, it's another one, but any activity. If you commit to the effort because we think we commit to the activity. We're actually committed to the effort of keep going until we're done. So that's why I like this quote to start today's class. Okay, so time management is all about being organized. There are many ways that you can focus and you can organize. One of them being prioritizing, yes. But there are some things, okay? There are some things that are in the way of our organization, okay? And today we're going to talk about those things because we can plan as much as we can, as we want. We can have all the techniques in the world, but if we don't clean our lives, nothing is going to happen. Guys, I'm so sorry. I need to open the doors. My daughter coming back from school. I'll be right back in just a minute. No. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, guys. I'm sorry about this, but today, being a mommy, I had to open the door because my daughter just came back from school. So I was saying about being organized. You cannot be organized unless you clean a lot of things from your life. So it's like trying to build a house in a messy foundation. It's like trying to take something or do something pretty out of messy stuff. You need to declutter your life from many things. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Declutter our lives to have more time. So what do we need to remove from our life? Maybe people, maybe activities that are useless, maybe information that is not necessary, maybe social media. There are a lot of things we need to sit down and really think about. What are we going to do in order to create a clean space that I can really manage my time? One of the first things that we need to learn is learn to say no. Ooh, this is a hard one. This is a hard one because we are raised and wired to please. We think that when we say no, we are bad people. We think that saying yes will bring us love and approval from everyone. We think that by saying yes to every single thing that crosses in our way, we're more productive. And that is not true. That is actually not true. So one of the first things that I want you to clean your life from is to learn to say no. And that could be to people, to projects, to collaborations, to clients that are toxic, to clients that do not appreciate your work and are constantly asking you to lower your prices. Anything that does not align with your goal. That's why it was important to check on the goals first. That's why it was important to determine those goals and say, this is what I really want. Okay, remember last class, we talked about what we really, really wanted. I don't think we talked about our why. We're going to talk about our why today. I don't know if we talk about the why, but the why and the goals are so important because that's going to give us our destination. And unless anything that comes in our way are aligned or is aligned to that destination, say no to it. It's okay. You're entitled to say no. You can say no. You have the power to say no. It's actually funny because you feel You really feel uncomfortable saying no to people. I do. I used to feel very uncomfortable saying no to people. And I used to give a lot of explanation. We're going to talk about that in a second. Because I felt that I needed to excuse myself for saying no, to like um, explain myself what I had to say no. And that only led me to more explanation, and it was not good. Um, we think I talked to this in the group in Spanish because most of us are from Latin America. We're raised believing that we have to sacrifice, and saying no is not a right. You cannot say no. You have to say yes to everything, and you have to be there for everyone. And the only thing that happens is that leads you to mental breakdowns, stress, overworking, overbooking your schedule and not really getting anywhere. Remember the example that I gave you of the little mouse in the wheel? That's how we feel. And one of the things we need to master is this one, saying no. So let's talk about this. Saying no means you set your boundaries. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It means that you have to set your boundaries. You are in control. You are the one that says, this is how much I can do, and this is as far as I get. So it's important to say no. You say no. When you say no, you say it in a nice way. I mean, you don't have to be mean in order to say no. You can do it politely. You can be a very polite person and anyway say no. So find a polite way to say no without too much explaining. And this is also very important because as much as we explain to people why we are saying no, the more we explain, the more we receive comments about it, and the more conversation we have, and the more we have to explain ourselves. I don't know if you understand what I mean. For example, if I say, well, imagine I have a client, and this client is like, oh, I want this cake for not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. Because cakes are so good, and you're such a good person, and you always help me, and I forgot to book it ahead of time. But I'm your client, and I'm always there, and you just like that you physically can't. You have so many things to do, and you go and it's like, well, it's a client. I might need the money, so okay. But I can't. It's like, and just like, well, you know what? I have a lot of things right now, and I just can't. Oh, come on. But just one more thing. You can do it. That's what your client was saying. You're like, well, not really, because I have so many orders right now, and the situation is complicated. Yeah, so the situation is complicated, so you can win more money with me, but don't charge too much because I'm your friend. I'm always there. So you keep that conversation going, and you just get drained, and you end up doing the cake. Guess what? I'm saying this because I've been there. So don't. Find a polite way. I'm sorry. It won't be able to happen this time. That's it. But sorry. It's okay. Don't even say maybe next time, because maybe next time it will ask you again to do a cake last minute. So you can even say 15 days in advance before booking your cake will be great for me. I mean, say no, but in a nice way. Don't give too much explanation, because the only thing you will find is people nagging and asking you why not doing it. Establish your priorities. Remember in the previous slides when I talked to you about do the things that are aligned with your goals. So establish your priorities. Don't be a people pleaser. Please. Please don't be a people pleaser. We believe that by doing everything for everybody else, we're going to gain their love and their acceptance and their understanding. And our ego says, you're so good because you do so much for so many people. Again, been there, done that. That's why I'm talking to you about this. And that is, all of that sounds great until your physical body and your mental state starts to deteriorate, because you just can't. Physically impossible to please everyone and to be there for everybody else without taking care of you, because that's another thing. You need to take care of yourself, but that's for another course. But today we're talking about time management. So really learn to say no. Set your boundaries. You are in control. Find out nice ways to say no. Don't give too much explanations, and establish your priorities. Don't be a people pleaser. It doesn't take you anywhere. You can be a good person, and you can choose to give your energy to the people to deserve it. You can choose to do this. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for free, for a reason. And but I choose to use this energy for this, and that's it. Okay? That doesn't mean that I'm going to be doing everything for free in the future. No, this is what I choose to do with my time. This is my priority right now. Okay? Learn to say no. Now, another thing that we need to clean from our life is multitasking. We have the idea that we do a lot when we multitask, and actually, we're not doing anything. When we multitask, we do a little bit of everything, but we don't finish anything. Or one of the things that we're doing is not going to be 100% good. It's like I told you before, have you been in the kitchen trying to, we all bakers. You all made, I'm sure you have all made Swiss meringue buttercream, right? That you have or Italian meringue buttercream. I think it's Italian meringue buttercream, where you have the sugar has to rise to a certain temperature, right? And you're looking at it, right? You're looking at it. But in the moment that you go do something else, the sugar burns. So something is going to burn. If you're multitasking, something is going to burn. So don't. Focus in one activity at a time. Instead of multitasking, prioritize. You can use the Pomodoro technique, the one that I gave you before, and you work specifically on your goals, the things that you want, that for the big picture, they're important. And then focus on, and this is a good thing, this is a very important thing that we need to decide, and this is going to be part of your homework. Are you going to be focused on hours of work? Like the Pomodoro technique gives you 25 minutes to work in a certain activity, regardless if you finish or not. Or are you going to focus on the task done? Either one is fine. You just have to choose one. You cannot have both. Okay? If you're going to choose having the tasks done, you know what it means. It means you focus only on that until you're done. But of course, you're probably going to spend a lot of time in doing there. Usually in a day, we don't do only one thing. We do many things, especially if you're a mom, if you're working from home, if you have, other things to do. So you don't do one thing, you do many. So you have to decide which one works for you. Maybe in a specific day, you could do it. Maybe on a weekend, you say, okay, I have this whole day just for this. Until I'm done, I'm done. Okay, good. Eventually, you can do that. For me, I work with hours. Okay, I set hours of work. I don't set tasks done. And I know if I have to do a task, imagine it's a cake collaboration, and I have to finish the cake collaboration by next month. So I calculate how many hours I need to spend on that collaboration, and I plan those hours during my month. So I know it's going to be done by the time it needs to be done. But I focus on hours better than tasks done because I do a lot in one day. So I cannot focus on one thing done. But decide what to do. Which kind of person are you? Hours or tasks? Okay. Now it comes the next one. Who do we have here? We have Gloria here. Welcome, Gloria. Nice to see you. Let's see if we have more comments here because I don't see everybody's comments here. Okay, good. Okay, we come to the procrastination. The procrastination, let me see if I didn't miss anything. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's wait to say no. Good. And your focus. Multitasking, while you do it, you're finished, take longer. Okay. So procrastination. I'm just checking my notes to see if I'm not forgetting anything. A lot of people in the comments when we started this class said that their biggest struggles was, I'm a big procrastinator. I procrastinate a lot. Now, in order to, first, congratulations. You know you're a procrastinator. That's the first step. That's one step ahead because there's people who hasn't even got to that part. So good, you know you're a procrastinator. Now, let's ask ourselves the second question. Why do I procrastinate? There are several ways in which several things why people can procrastinate, okay? you're not lazy. Let's just start with that. Okay. People think that you procrastinate because you're lazy. That no, it's not true. You're not lazy. There are things behind your procrastination that is telling you something and you haven't seen that. So, is it because you fear failure? Ooh, what's that? Okay. When you procrastinate, is because you, let's think about this. You don't want to do something or you don't feel like it or you're not giving them, I mean, you're not moving towards that direction for some reason. And that reason might be, if I do that, it might work and it might not work. I mean, unconsciously, sometimes it's not consciously, it's like unconsciously, you're like, it might not work. I might be getting out of my comfort zone. This is kind of new for me. I don't feel like it. So, no. So, it could be a fear of failure. Is it a fear to be judged for your results? We work as cake decorators. We put out, of course, when you have a client that asks you for a cake, you have to do the cake by that day. Sure. For example, cake collaborations or competitions, you're going to be judged by your work. And you're so driven and so you ask so much of yourself that you fear that whatever is going to be judged about this piece is going to be about you. It's not about you, it's your work. Okay, you're not your work. You speak, your work is part of you. You speak through your work. Your creativity comes out. Of course, part of your soul is in there. But when somebody critiques what you're doing or has an opinion or judge what you're doing, it's not about you. It's about the work. So is it a fear to be judged on your results because you think it has to do with yourself? Maybe. Is it because you're afraid of all the feelings that involve a project? You know, when you set yourself into a new project, you set yourself into a, I don't know, the unknown, stress, planning, a lot of things that involve anything that you're doing that you have to do. Are you afraid of the feelings that that will bring you? So let's take a look at the next slide and think about ways of not procrastinating. How not to procrastinate? Okay. The funny thing is, procrastination is a habit. And you can only break a habit by introducing a different habit during at least 21 to 30 days. Okay, that's it. For example, if you have a bad eating habit, okay, like let's say I eat a bunch of sweets every day and that is causing me health issues. Okay, I need to change that habit for a different habit. Maybe in the afternoon, when I feel the urge to eat a lot of sweets, I go out for a walk instead of eating. Okay, so you switch one habit with another. But if I do it only once, okay, I'm going to walk that day. The next day, I'm going to keep eating sweets. So what do? I keep walking for at least a month, every single day at that hour. So by the end of the month, at least 20 days, 21 days. But at the end of the month, my body is going to feel the need of going for a walk instead of going for the sweets. Same happens with procrastination. The procrastination is a habit. You're used to procrastinate. It's like language for your body, for your mind. I put things aside and I procrastinate. So how do you change that? You introduce a different habit. How do you introduce a different habit? You plan and you stick to the plan. That's it. For at least 21 to 30 days. Just stick to that. You just do it, okay? Don't think about it, just do it. Set a strong why. Remember when we talk about motivation, we're not always motivated. We're only going to be motivated when we know the real reason why we want something. So set a very strong why so you can stick to that plan. Next, don't fear failure. See it as a way to learn. Okay, it's just try and error, see what happens. Take it seriously. I'm not saying don't take it seriously, but take it lightly. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I learn from it. But be open to learn. Be open to critiques. Be open to learn. Okay? So don't fear failure. Just see it as a way to learn. You're not lazy. Repeat that. You're not lazy. When I say, I hear a lot of procrastinators saying, I'm just lazy. Because I'm lazy. And I said it before that when I was younger, the word procrastination didn't exist. It was just, this person is lazy. When you say I am lazy, you're defining yourself. I don't want you to define yourself with something like that. So when you procrastinate, you procrastinate. When you say I am lazy, you're talking about you. You're determining your personality. You're saying something that you are, and it's not true. You're not lazy. So repeat that. I am not lazy. Different. Okay. Next one. Just start. Get out of your comfort zone and just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. That's it. If you think too much, you're going to procrastinate. So don't. Just, okay. I'm going to tell you how I started my podcast. I started my podcast on May last year, and my husband was talking to me a lot about the podcast. Like, you should have a podcast, you should have a podcast. And I was like, no, but I'm not ready. I'm not there. I'm not in the zone. I shouldn't do it. And then one day I had something to say. I was like, I'm just going to say it. And I click record on my microphone and I started it. And it has been successful. Cake Friends Stay Creative started because one day I woke up in the second day of the pandemic and I saw all my friends online, that my cake friends, stressed and overwhelmed. There was a post of our dear Marta Torres. She was really going through a lot of stress because she was alone at home and everybody was afraid. We didn't know what's going to happen. And it was like, I'm going to do a group. And I did the group and I just did it. Look what happened. Look where it got me. So just start. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't protect yourself by not risking doing it. That has to do with the failure thing before. Just see it as a way of learning. Just don't protect yourself by not doing it. Just do it. Take it serious, but lightly. Stress, boredom, and anxiety are part of work. Remember the feelings that I said before? You had some feelings about doing something. You can feel stress, you can feel bored, you can feel anxiety, but that is part of work, but also success and accomplishment. And you're not going to get to the success and the accomplishment part if you don't do it. So just do it. Don't do other things instead of what you have to do, or more things that you have to do, because that's another way of procrastinating. We can procrastinate by overworking. We think that, well, I'm not going to tackle this project because I don't feel like it. Oh, but I'm going to clean the house. Really? Do you need to clean the house right now? I'm going to do the laundry. I'm going to fold the laundry. Or better yet, I'm going to, I don't know, sew some pants that I had to... It's like, I don't know. You start doing other things instead of the thing that you have to do. So don't. That's another way of procrastinating. If you relate to any of the procrastination things that I've been talking about today, and if any of this can help you, please let me know in the comments of today's class. Okay, next, we're going to talk about motivation. That's another thing we need to... So going back to, let me just go back here, because remember what we are talking about. We're talking about cleaning our life. We can only be organized by cleaning everything that is making us not being organized. And one of those things is saying no, you know that. The other thing, multitasking, no, focus on one thing. And the other thing is procrastination. We talked about all of the things related to procrastination. Now, motivation, because we think, oh, I'm going to do it because I'm motivated. Newsflash, you're not motivated every single time of every single day, 24 hours. No, that's not going to happen. There might be triggers that motivate you. There might be things that motivate you. There might be days that you wake up and you feel very motivated, but there are other days that is not going to happen. So how do I keep myself motivated, or as motivated as I can? Reward yourself every time you achieve a milestone. Like the dogs. I have a dog. Do you have pets? You have a dog? Have you ever trained a dog? How do you train a dog not to pee in the carpet? You give them a treat every time he pees in where he has to pee, right? Or give me your paw. Why do you give me your paw? To give you a treat. Okay, so you reward the dog learns, oh, this is good. So how can I be motivated? I can motivate myself by every time I get to achieve something, or I reach a milestone, I reward myself. You don't need to buy yourself a treat, but you can reward yourself by, I don't know, setting some time apart just to do nothing, by going off for a walk, by having coffee with your friends, by going out with your loved one, anything that you feel like it. Just reward yourself when you achieve something. There is an app that I use. It's called Pep Her Talk. I think I have it here. It's called Pep Her Talk. And this app keeps record of all your wins. So every time you achieve something, you just write it down. And it keeps sending you messages and emails and notifications of your winnings. Like, you achieved 20 wins this week. You have achieved, I don't know how many wins this month. So it's really good because you feel like you have an accountability partner. And this is where I'm going, keeping an accountability partner. Somebody that you can talk to about your winnings, that you can talk to about your achievements. This is a group of people that are here to cheer for you. We are all here to cheer for you in the Cake Friends Stay Creative, in the Art Cake Coach, in the coaching groups, in the time management groups, all of these coaching things that I do, all of these communities that I have are here to root for you. So be part of the community. That way you can you can have that accountability partner and talk to your loved ones, the people next to you. Tell them your achievement. Tell them how you feel, how proud you feel of yourself. I'm sure they will celebrate with you. So that is a way to keep yourself motivated. Now, you can be you can be as motivated as you want. You can tackle all your procrastination, and you can say no to people and don't multitask like we've been saying here. But there always comes something. Distractions. There's a lot of distractions in our lives, especially nowadays, and these distractions do not allow us to get further in many things that we do. So how do we deal with distractions? We actually have to develop a good relationship with distractions, because when you remove distractions, this is not going to happen. We're going to have distractions. There's always the phone. There's always the TV. There's always social media. There are the kids. There are people calling. There's the food to be done. There's things to be bought. There's so many things. I mean, we're always going to have distractions. And distractions are the best excuse for procrastinators. I mean, they love it. It's like, somebody called and I had to answer. So I spent an hour talking to this person and I just didn't do it. So have a good relationship with distractions. First of all, you have to assume that they're going to be there. That's it. Just live with them. Learn to live with them. There are things that you can do. Turn off social media notifications. You can turn off the notifications on your phone. So, for example, if you're working on the Pomodoro technique, you do not get the notifications. You can turn off the sound of your phone, or you can even put away your phone. Okay, so phone is the main source of distraction. So just put it away as much as you can. Put it away. And don't be distracted by it. See, I just look at the phone right now. I'm talking about the phone. But I'm looking for the comments. I'm looking to see if we have any comments. If you are the kind of person that likes to work with music, wear headphones and listen to music to work. That way, your mind is going to be distracted by the music, and you're just going to be focused. What I do sometimes, I don't have them here, but I have AirPods that block sound. So they're actually blocking the sound from outside just to focus. I'm not listening to anything. They're just blocking sound. Or I wear the big headphones, the ones that cover my ears. So I feel like I'm in a cocoon that I'm just working. Okay, so that could help you. Declutter your workspace. Very important, because you will be distracted by things laying around yourself. So declutter your workspace. That's a good thing. Clear your email box. You say, what does that have to do? Because we are tempted to go and check. And we see that big number in our email box. It's like, okay, there's a big number. Maybe I should check my emails. Maybe I should check what happened. Or that could be WhatsApp. That could be any way of communication. Just clean it, okay? Have a daily to-do list and cross off done tasks. A daily to-do list. I have a to-do list right here with me every single day. This is not all for today, by the way. This is actually a weekly list. My to-do list, I do have a to-do list somewhere, and I have a to-do list on my phone, but this is my weekly list. I have a weekly list and a to-do list that I start crossing off because that gives you a sense of accomplishment. So cross off the done tasks. Make your list small. Don't pay attention to this one. This is a weekly one. Your daily list, I don't know if I can show you the one in my agenda actually. This week is funny. This is one of the busiest weeks I had in months. And actually my list of activities for a day are like 4. That's it. I left all this space open and I'm until here only, and I have the class that I just taught, this class, some posts that I have to do, and baking cakes, because I know that can be done in one day. So don't keep your list too big because you're gonna feel overwhelmed. Okay, clean when you finish. So declutter the workspace before you work, and when you're done, clean, because that will give you a sense of tomorrow I want to keep going. I'm going to keep doing it, okay? Create a ritual around your day. This is good because distraction sometimes comes from little things like, oh, I forgot I had to wash the dishes. So you stop what you're doing, you wash the dishes. Oh, I forgot that I have to put the laundry. So you stop and you go to the laundry. Oh, I had to call my mom. So you stop and you call your mom. So when you create a structure, what you know, for example, the first hours of the morning, you take care of everything related to the house, the dishes, the dishwasher, or whatever it is that you have to do, or calling your mom or anything. You do that at that hour, and not later, not when you remember. That way you won't be distracted by doing that in the middle of other activity. Take advantage of your productive time. We all have, and I don't know if we talk about this here or it was in the goal setting class, I don't remember anymore, but we have each of us have a different productive time. For me, it's the morning. I'm a morning person. I rather wake up early and work early in the morning. I work out early in the morning. I take my dog out early in the morning. I mean, I like to do things in the morning. I feel like I take most of the advantage of my morning time. After lunch, things start to decline, and 7 o'clock, I'm out. I'm like, no. 7 or 8. Usually by the time that we had dinner, 8-ish. So 9 o'clock, forget it. Cristina is ready to go to bed. I don't go to bed that early, but I could go to bed if I have to. So for me, it's morning. But maybe you're a night person. You're a night owl. For you, where you have more energy, you feel more productive at night. So adjust your schedule so you take advantage of your productive time. So again, develop a good relationship with the distractions because they're going to be there. It's the best way is to acknowledge them and to know they're there and to know what to do when they come. And with that, we finish today's class, guys. So, of course, we have the call to action at the end of the class as every class, of every week. We have the homework that you have to do. So what is your call to action today? First of all, you have to determine what kind of person you are and be true about yourself. So think about this. Are you a procrastinator? Are you a people pleaser? Are you unmotivated? Are you unorganized? So you will know what kind of distraction clean first. What kind of declutter to do in your life first. If it's procrastinating, if it's not saying no, if it's not being motivated, it is being unorganized, okay? So what kind of person are you out of this? And if you think of any other, just write it down. Then in your notebook, you're going to write your ways to say no. I want you to think about 3 ways to say no to situations, okay? Politely, of course. And then what are you going to say no to? There are always things in our lives that we know deep down in our heart that we should say no to, and we don't. And we keep dragging it. And so what is that situation that you know that you can say no to and you have been dragging it, and how are you going to say no to that? Then if you're a procrastinator, find your real reason for procrastinating. Remember what we talk about here. Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of judgment? Is it because you fear the feelings of a project? What is it? Why are you procrastinating? And then you have to decide, remember the slide where we talk about the Pomodoro technique, and if you work by hours or by tasks done. I want you to decide what kind of person you are. Decide between hours of work or tasks done, because that's going to be useful for the next step, which will be organizing your time. And with that, we finish today's class. Guys, I cannot believe it. We're finishing today's class. And let me just give you a clue. Let me just get my papers here. I'm going to give you a clue of what we're going to be doing in class number 4. In class number 4, you already set your goals, right? So after your goals, we're going to prioritize. We're going to make a task list, and we are going to create a timeline for those tasks to be done. Okay, I'm going to teach you also, I'm going to share with you how I block my time in order to complete tasks, and give you a few tips on how to build your own system to organize your time. And for anyone here that day live in the class, I'm going to have a special surprise, okay? I'm going to have, a special surprise. I'm going to have something for you, something for me to give to you for your time management, okay? So be here if you can, please, because only for the people in the class, I will be giving something away. Great. Good. So let me just go back here and ask you if you have any questions. I don't know who's watching. I just keep talking and talking. I don't know who's watching, actually. Let me see how many people. We have a couple of people here. Debbie, how is the cake studio going? And what else do we have? And we have Gloria's here and Deborah is here. Hello, how are you? I hope you're still here with me. If you are watching this as a reply later, don't forget to leave me the comments and the questions here in the chat so I can answer to that later. And let's see if we have any questions. Let me get some water. It's going good, Debbie. Great. I want to see pictures, if you can, if you want to share. I would love to see pictures of your studio. Actually, one of the members of the group was talking to me in private, and we were talking about organization and everything. And she mentioned that it will be fun to do a challenge on organizing our workspace, and then like share pictures of it. So we can do something like that later on. Maybe in Cake Friends Stay Creative, so we will have more views in there. Perfect. So it's going good. I don't know who else is in there. Debbie, I think it's just you and me right now, probably, because Erika is going to watch the class in Spanish. So if you don't have any questions for now, just watch it later. Leave me the questions here in the comments, and I will gladly answer you back. And remember, I don't know if I'll show you the last slide. I don't think so. Yes, and remember that if you want the extra VIP experience with me, you can join the coaching group, where you will have two extra live classes like this one, but in the private coaching group related to time management, of course. We are having live coaching sessions every week there, PDFs and downloads that can help you with your goal setting and your time management, and all of the private group classes and features that are already done in there. We already have 4 classes of goal setting that are available for you there. And the investment is only 20 euros a year. It's just a symbolic payment for everyone who joins to feel motivated and to have that sense of responsibility towards working and really doing the work in the group. I find out that when you pay for something, when you give something in return, you feel more, let's say, you feel that you need to do the work. And what I want, this is just symbolic. This is just a symbolic commitment for you guys to do the work. And if you want more information about the coaching group, please send me a private message, and I will gladly show you all the ways that you can do the payment and that you can be part of this group. Excellent. So now I guess I can go. I have a cake to bake now. My mother's-in-law, 80th birthday cake. It's going to be big. It's going to be a big party. So thank you guys so much for watching today. Debbie, I hope your studio looks amazing. I'm sure it will. If you can, share pictures with us. Erika, I'll see you in the class in Spanish. And to the ladies who joined later, who were Gloria and Deborah, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you again next Thursday with the final class on time management. Hope to see you there. And until that, stay safe and stay creative, my friends. Bye bye. Thank you so much for being here today.